attended a birthday celebration for Nicole Reed, where I witnessed a room full of her closest family and friends express their appreciation for her life. The sincerity was palpable, and rightly so, because just 1 year previous, she had received a diagnosis that for some becomes a death sentence. But don't let me tell it. I'm Claudia Parker, and 5 Minutes of Faith starts now.
Hi, my name is Nicole Reed, author, actress, and the co-founder of the Still Searching Project. I'm on 5 Minutes of Faith with Claudia Parker. So probably now about 2 years ago, I was on my sister's trip and I kept feeling bad and I was bowled over with pain. And I was like, this doesn't feel right. Called my husband, he told me to fly back in. Immediately went to the emergency room. Motion or my ability for movement from the navel down was gone. And I fell out, and that's the only thing I remember. And then my doctor calls me up and she's like, I'm gonna call you later on this evening to let you know what's going on. She allowed my sister to call me, and my sister told me that I had mediastinum lymphoma, terminal 3B. Wait, what do I do with this? Like, wait a minute, this is like stories that you hear. When people say cancer, that means that I'm dying, I'm dead. And the first thing that happened to me was like, well, let me tell my inner circle. Let me tell the people closest to me so that they would know what was going on. I'll be married 16 years this year. I have 2 amazing daughters, 14, and Olivia will be 12. And I was at the top, the best I thought physically. I was doing HIIT workouts 6 days a week. I was eating well. I was at the height of acting, where I literally had 4 different movie deals on the table. I had commercials on the table. I was also writing my own plays and TV series at the time too. So everything is literally at the apex. Everything was great for me. It was like being blindsided. I'm driving fine. There's no traffic on the road. I'm going well. And then somebody comes in and clips you. It was a tumor the size of a stick of butter that was under my heart, pushing it up and going through my spine. And then the reason why I couldn't walk is because 10 more tumors from my navel down formed and took out all of my nerves. And so for them, but this happened within 3 weeks. And they said it was happening so fast they couldn't stop it. But the doctors are telling me that they wanted me to do 6 rounds of the most aggressive chemotherapy that they can do. This would be considered 5 days of 24/7 chemo. And then the 6th day, another day, and then they give you this bone treatment. And it's almost like the bone treatment literally feels like you're going through puberty all in one day. And they wanted 6 rounds of this. On top of, I've had 8 surgeries. So, and where they put, they open up your spine and they put chemotherapy within, chemotherapy up through your spine and around your brain to make sure no cancer cells actually have affected those areas as well. My hair and my family, all my sisters have beautiful long hair, thick, healthy hair. I was in the bathroom and I had to take off my hat. So I took off my hat, but I'm kind of aggressive. Like for a girl, I'm kind of rough. So I had to snatch off my hat, but I snatched off a row of my cornrows that I had under the hat. And that's how I first knew that my hair was fully gone. The first thing I would say is that Father God loves us. And the reason why I started His love is because you have to understand that if He loves me, that He's going to take care of me because He's a good, good dad. I think something else that people need to know is that He's still a healer. Yes, you may, and that's one of the things I had to deal with. I've seen people die of cancer. I've seen people lose a lot during cancer. Is that going to happen to me now? You know what I mean? A lot of people that I knew were faith-filled people who still passed on or whatever. But I couldn't focus on that. All I could focus on is what Father God was telling me what to do in that moment. And that was that He's going to heal me, or He healed me, and that I will have an amazing life that's better than before. That's what He kept telling me. Every word in my devotional time, He would tell me, you will be better than before. I'm like, well, Lord, how? I can't feel my legs right now. Even now, people look at me, they're like, man, Nicole, you're back to acting, you're writing, you're doing all this stuff, you're back to normal. I still can't feel parts of my body. And for other people, like, there's no way. No, certain parts of my toe, I literally speak to it every day. So one thing that and it sounds funny, but I'm literally believing Father God for the full manifestation of my healing. When I went to the last oncologist visit, they told me that usually when someone has cancers, especially on their spine and things, there are lesions that are left. There's no representation that cancer is even taking place in my body. It's clear. Another thing that I would say is that make sure that you have people around you that can handle it. And the people who can't handle it, it's okay. The people that Father God has in your life, they're going to help you. They're going to be there. But do not get bitter or do not get angry. Do not feel resentment to people who could not be there because they just didn't have it in them to be able to be there for you. Release them, forgive them, and go on with your life and bless them like Father God will have you to bless them. I want, whether it's my children, my husband, or anybody who's around me, I want for you to be better off being around me for that moment than you were before you met me. And that's like my mission now. How can I help people?